Islam, one of the world's major monotheistic religions, is characterized by its rich spiritual tradition, ethical principles, and sacred practices. Central to the Islamic faith are the 5 pillars, fundamental acts of worship and devotion that serve as the foundation of Muslim belief and practice. In this comprehensive exploration, we delve into the essence of Islam, unraveling the significance and profound meaning behind each of the 5 pillars. From the declaration of faith to the pilgrimage to Mecca, these pillars encapsulate the core tenets of Islam and guide Muslims on their spiritual journey towards God. 1. Shahada, declaration of faith, bearing witness to the oneness of God. The Shahada, or declaration of faith, serves as the cornerstone of Islamic belief, affirming the fundamental principle of monotheism and the central creed of Islam. Uttered in Arabic as La ilaha illallah, Muhammadun Rasulullah, there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. The Shahada encapsulates the belief in the absolute unity and sovereignty of God and the prophethood of Muhammad as his final messenger. By reciting the Shahada with sincerity and conviction, Muslims bear witness to their faith and affirm their commitment to surrendering to the will of Allah. The Shahada serves as a constant reminder of the fundamental truth of Islam and the guiding light that illuminates the path of righteousness for believers. 2. Salah, prayer, establishing a connection with the divine. Salah, or ritual prayer, represents the most visible and frequent expression of devotion in Islam, serving as a direct means of communication between the worshipper and their creator. Prescribed 5 times a day at specific intervals, Salah fosters spiritual discipline, mindfulness, and reverence for God in the life of a Muslim. Each prayer, performed while facing the Kaaba in Mecca, involves a sequence of physical postures, recitations from the Quran, and supplications, symbolizing submission, gratitude, and humility before Allah. Through Salah, Muslims seek purification of the soul, forgiveness of sins, and guidance on the path of righteousness, cultivating a deep and intimate connection with the divine that permeates every aspect of their lives. 3. Zakat, almsgiving, embracing compassion and social justice. Zakat, or obligatory almsgiving, embodies the principle of social solidarity and economic justice in Islam, compelling Muslims to share their wealth with those in need and uplift the disadvantaged members of society. Calculated as a fixed percentage, usually 2.5%, of one's accumulated wealth and assets, Zakat serves as a form of purification and redistribution of wealth, ensuring equitable distribution and alleviating poverty within the Muslim community. Beyond its material benefits, Zakat fosters empathy, compassion, and solidarity among believers, reinforcing the bonds of brotherhood and sisterhood that unite them as members of the Ummah, community, of Islam. Through the practice of Zakat, Muslims fulfill their moral obligation to support the less fortunate and uphold the principles of justice and equity ordained by Allah. 4. Sawm, fasting, nurturing self-discipline and spiritual reflection. Sawm, or fasting during the month of Ramadan, represents a profound spiritual and moral discipline that purifies the soul, cultivates self-discipline, and fosters empathy for the less fortunate. Throughout the lunar month of Ramadan, Muslims abstain from food, drink, smoking, and other physical indulgences from dawn until sunset, observing Sawm as a form of devotion and obedience to Allah. Beyond its physical rigors, Ramadan fasting entails spiritual reflection, increased prayer, and acts of charity, intensifying one's devotion and connection to God. By experiencing hunger and thirst, Muslims gain a deeper appreciation for the blessings of sustenance and cultivate empathy for those who endure poverty and deprivation. Sawm serves as a transformative spiritual experience that strengthens the believer's faith, fortifies their character, and instills a sense of gratitude and humility before Allah. 5. Hajj, pilgrimage, journeying to the sacred heart of Islam. Hajj, the annual pilgrimage to the holy city of Mecca, represents the culmination of a Muslim's spiritual journey and the fulfillment of a lifelong aspiration for many believers. Obligatory once in a lifetime for those who are physically and financially capable, Hajj entails a series of rituals and ceremonies performed over the course of several days, retracing the footsteps of Prophet Abraham and his family. From the circumambulation of the Kaaba to the symbolic stoning of Satan at Mina, each ritual of Hajj carries profound spiritual significance and symbolizes the believer's submission, devotion, and surrender to the will of Allah.